Welcome back to another YouTube video, E Nation. It's your boy. I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna do my coming out journey. And I say my coming out journey because my coming out story journey, it was really a journey. Like it was really a journey. Because I never came out to anybody. That's the surprising thing. I just went on with my life. I don't know how to explain it, but y'all understand. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm like, baby, how you doing? I'm trying to roll with you. Bust a couple moves. So honestly, I'm gonna be straight honest with y'all. I've been gay ever since I can have a mindset. Basically, I feel like ever since I was young, but I've always been very in denial about it. Honestly, I was living in Warner Robins, the city called Warner Robins, and I think it was like my 10th grade year. I went into quarantine, and I was at home a lot. Like basically, we all stayed at home, and I had just broken up with my girlfriend. We had been dating for like 3 years, I think, 3, 4 years, and I still wasn't over that. My sister had moved to Florida, and that was one of the main people I would talk to about like my feelings and stuff like that, or my headspaces and things. But I never officially had came out to her. But she basically knew the whole time. And I remember that like around that time, my mom was moving, and I didn't want to move. My mom had moved. Now, somewhere around this time, that was and that period of time my sister had moved was a while. So the time I'm moving to now is like fast forward. And that summer, my mom had planned to move, and she planned to move to Macon, and I didn't want to go there. And my sister had already moved back from Florida, and she had found her own spot. They came basically, and my mom started packing up her stuff, and she moved. And I packed up my stuff, but I packed up my stuff and moved with my sister. And I was with my sister, and at that time I was with my sister, I was kind of like going through some things, like mentally, physically, life things. I was like 16 years old, and I had like dropped out of school. Now this is going into my 11th grade year, and I had like dropped out of school and everything. Like I was just working. I was still in the closet around this time. Like I really wasn't telling people who I really was. I don't know. I was just mentally somewhere else. Basically, I was going through a lot, and I was talking to this boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I was talking to this boy while I was going through these things, and we were talking like very much romantically, physically. We wasn't together basically, but we were messing around, and he was the boy I was messing with at the time. Fast forward, I think like around December, my birthday came. Um, I was still living with my sister, but we ended up getting into like a big dispute, and she was like, "I need to start paying bills." And at the time, I felt like I was young, 16. I felt like I didn't need to pay anything. But like being an adult now, I kind of see that what she was talking about. Basically, from there, my sister, I kind of just didn't want to live. We just was like, it's best that we separate, and I just go somewhere. And she wanted me to come back because I understood I didn't have nowhere to go. Because mind you, I didn't want to move with my mom because she didn't make him, and I couldn't really move with anyone of my other family because they had stuff going on. So it was kind of like, I don't know. And I feel like at that time, like I was saying no because I was over living in that city. I was over living in Warner Robins. I think I was over everybody in that city, and I kind of was just ready for something different. But I didn't want to leave everything that I only knew or accustomed to. And one day, like my auntie, she was in Atlanta. She was in Lawrenceville, and she just kind of was like, "Well, you can move up here and just kind of start over." At first, I was very like, I was kind of like very taken back with it. I can say that because I was like, I don't know, because I was like, I don't want to leave everything that I've known. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends and make new friends. Because mind you, I stayed in one Robin for like 10 years. I think like 10 years. So I had grown accustomed to the things that were around me, the people that were around me, and honestly, what I didn't realize was at that time I had grown accustomed, but I had grown accustomed in a bad way, like a people pleasing way. It wasn't like a me being myself way. It was a I'm people pleasing people that's around me because they influence basically, and I just do what they do. Um, and yeah, I just was ended up making a decision, and I ended up moving out Warner Robins and to Gwinnett. The first couple days I was there, or first couple weeks I was there, I kind of just felt out of space. Like I kind of, when you get somewhere new and you just like don't really know. Mind you, this is like Atlanta. Like I'm from a little city. Like what I'm saying, Warner Robins. My first thing was to get in school, back into school. Now mind you, this is my 11th grade year. So I finished my 10th grade year, but when the summertime came, I never went back my 11th grade year. I did go back my 11th grade year, but it was online. I never did none of the work. Eventually, I transferred schools, and I never did none of that work, so I was considered the dropout. Now, mind y'all, I moved. I moved like January 1st, 2021. So first thing I had to do was get into school, and I really wasn't like trying to go to school, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't have no intention on going back to school. I just felt like school wasn't for me at the time, and I just didn't make money. But I realized then, like, now I realize now as an adult, school is important then, and it is important to still go to school as an adult and get the education. I know a lot of people see school as scamming, but the thing is, like, it doesn't have to be scamming if you do the right things in school. That's while it's free, because you can get scholarships and stuff. Like, thankfully, I never let my grades drop low. Like, I did let them drop low, sadly, but like they weren't low enough to count me out of all the scholarships and stuff like that. But I got back in school up there, and when I got back to school, honestly, like I wasn't talking to nobody. Like I didn't have no friends. I didn't. It's not say like not say like the sympathy thing, but I really didn't have no friends, y'all, because this is a brand new area, and like I'm a people's person when I know you. But when I don't know you, I just sit quiet. Like I just be quiet and I just read the room. That's how I really get to know everybody. I feel like I can get other people. Once then, it's kind of just like okay, cool. But honestly, other than that, I'm really quiet. In my job, we only in school 8 hours a day, and there's so many people who finna start talking to just random people. And I mean, there's Granny Amore, and honestly, to be honest with y'all, I think she liked me, and I kind of just felt like I was over lying. Like I felt like I was in a whole different area where nobody knew me or nobody could say anything. So what did it really matter? So one day she asked me on this note, like, am I bisexual? When she asked me, it didn't really irritate me. And I told her, no, like, I'm gay. Like, I just told her I'm gay. She was like, oh, okay. Like. And from there on, I just, like, people would ask me, and I would just tell them, like, I'm gay. Like, I'm gay. Like, and it would just be normal. Like, and I feel like from that experience, like, I didn't tell my family right away from there, but I knew I had to start telling my family because um, I can't live a life outside outside of my family. When they follow me on Instagram and follow my social media, I'm not one of the type of people to just block my family. Honey, it really don't matter what you see. What you see is what you see. But I do remember I told my sister and my cousin my Asia, and I told my cousin Nene. I told all of them to keep it a secret, and they kept it a secret. But at the same time, my family already knew that I was gay, and they were just kind of like waiting on me to come out, like waiting on me to tell them. I don't specifically remember telling them that I was gay, but what I do remember, I was gay through the rest of, well, I'm still gay now, but I kind of was still closeted from them the rest of my 11th grade year, going into my senior year. Now, I remember posting this video, and my auntie Nanak had seen it, and I think in the video it had something of me like saying that I was gay, and I don't remember what she commented under the video, but I know she commented something, and it kind of let me know like, okay, well, she knows now, and I feel like from there I just kind of started just showing up and doing me. The rest of that year, my family didn't ask me about it, or they didn't like. I'm sure they seen the social media things on social media, but they didn't ask me about it. They didn't say anything about it. They didn't nothing. But I remember the day I graduated from high school, I was dating this boy named Keon, and we had been dating for a while. But he was older than me. He had already graduated, and he came to my graduation. Him and the girl I was best friend was at the time, and my other best friend was graduating with me too. Her name was Alba. I'm sure at then, well, not then, but they knew already because I remember my auntie and my grandma asking me where's my boyfriend at because he came to the graduation and then they were supposed to come to the dinner. I think they was a little late to the dinner though. But and also my best friend's sister was graduating the same day too. We went to two different schools. She went to Central High School and I went to Discovery. My auntie asked me who my boyfriend was basically, and from there it just kind of like I just I think that just went with the flow, and everybody I knew that now that I was gay, and I was just who I am. All I had to say, like I just feel like honestly, when it comes to coming out, be always be honest with yourself, no matter what people say about you, no matter what people think about you, because regardless of what people think or what you think people will say about you, they're gonna say it anyways. Like you can be straight and they still gonna talk about you. You can be gay, they're gonna talk about you. You can be white, they're gonna talk about you. You can be black, they're gonna talk about you. It really doesn't matter what people say about you. Just be yourself, honestly. Like stay true to yourself, like and live and learn to love yourself, basically. Because at the end of the day, you only live one life, and you finna live your one life being scared of what other people gonna say about you, or you gonna live your one life to the fullest. And I see myself living my one life to the fullest, and I feel like that's what honestly just pushed me to just be me, like be me, and be who I need to be, not so much even need to be or be myself basically. Because honestly, when I was closeted and when I was in my in denial stages of it, I was very depressed. And I feel like when my sister moved and I didn't have nobody to talk to, school ended, I went and I didn't have to come in my room. Those were moments like then where it really started to hit me, like honestly. And I was dealing with a breakup from a female. So I had cheated with the male, no lie, during that relationship. So I cheated with a female and a male, but I had cheated with a male and I knew I liked females. This world that we live in, it's full of judgment. You know what I'm saying? God says, "Well, with no judgment," but everybody judges everybody for some reason. And you probably think you don't judge people, but sometimes you can catch yourself judging another, and you don't even know it. So I just honestly say, be yourself. Be yourself. Learn to love yourself, and no matter what nobody say, nothing's impossible. Like you feel me? And they always gonna speak. If Jesus Jesus wouldn't be Jesus if they didn't talk about him. And he lived with no sin, you know? So anybody who tries to tell you anything or talk to you or tries to put you down can't really tell you anything because the only one person that has the answer is Jesus and he walked with no sin. The rest of us, we sin every day. Like we do sins here and there and then we try to tell others their life story when we already live in sin. That's enough for this video. Make sure y'all let me know what other things y'all want to see, like what other videos y'all like for me to post, what other content y'all like for me to see. I want to start making more YouTube videos and being more active. I feel like this is it's a good space for me to talk and give story times and just tell people what's going on. Like so, just let me know what y'all want to see. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know.